Ghanatube so modofo snow we masai so atena se aja konwa fefefe na ebusiafo se nya matena se de no se nsem ahodo bi enkoso ewo oman nim na entempass no ye bekwa kutie ne ahwe nsem bi a enkoso ewo oman Ghana.
The Vice President herself has been calling on the MPs to use their position to also pull more positions to pull more females to the top.
And for me, the important point is, so now that we are here, what are we doing with the opportunity? It cannot just be for us. As the good book says, not unto us. So it cannot be unto us as individuals. It can be unto us as how we use that opportunity to bring others up. And in our demographic, talking about others, we can focus on the young ladies. There are enough in our constituencies that we can build up. But at the same time, we're also looking at the young children, boys and girls.
Women caucus from both sides of the House, led by Honorable ɁURPRISES, has paid a courtesy call on the Vice President this Friday morning. The call is to re-emphasize their support for her after she returned from that long medical leave. Speaking on behalf of her colleagues, Honorable ₦URPRISES charged the Vice President to continue providing good counsel to Mr. President to change the fortunes of the country.
As a mother offers comfort, wisdom, and nourishment to her home, so do we believe your guidance and counsel as a mother can enrich the presidency and advance our shared national aspiration.
Deputy Minority Leader Patricia Piaget also charged the Vice President to push for a full implementation of the Affirmative Action Law, which is yet to see the full light of day a year after its passage.
It was only last year, July, that we passed the Affirmative Action Law. The law is now in place. If we are here, we can't just overlook it, but rather draw your attention to the fact that the implementation of the law is very crucial. And it is important that as your role as a mother of this house, we are all your children, and we are going to support you to ensure that you deliver. Your delivery as a Vice President will be one that is exceptional.
The Vice President herself has been calling on the MPs to use their position to also pull more females to the top.
And for me, the important point is, so now that we are here, what are we doing with the opportunity? It cannot just be for us. As the good book says, not unto us. So it cannot be unto us as individuals. It can be unto us as how we use that opportunity to bring others up. And in our demographic, talking about others, we can focus on the young ladies. There are enough in our constituencies that we can build up. But at the same time, we're also looking at the young children, boys and girls.
Reverend Helen Ajontos also delivered a special prayers for the Vice President. From the Jubilee House here in Accra, I am James Abaji for Joy News.
Can we finish the photographs? No. You're going to take it with the staff. Yeah, staff. So please, all the staff, all the female staff members of the Vice President, please join.
Presidential advisor on the economy Seth Tekpe is calling for urgent reforms to eliminate flaws in Ghana's tax system. He says widespread duplication and inefficiencies are placing an undue burden on businesses and discouraging compliance. There's more in this report.
At the launch of his new book, Value Added Tax in Africa, The Ghana Experience, Seth Tekpe underscored the need to end the era of fragmented tax policies.
As we review not just the VAT, but the entire tax system, including ITAS, Commission General is here, I think what we need to rethink as a nation is to remove as many distortions that merely mimic their four core taxes, so that we allow GRA to implement them effectively and efficiently, and we allow businessmen to be able, to also comply, because it's business that collects most of the taxes.
For his part, Chief of Staff Julius Debra urged the Ghana Revenue Authority to intensify its tax education efforts and adopt a more engaging approach to boost compliance.
Coming from the private sector, collection of taxes are good. We need it. Without it, we can't build a nation. But sometimes I find a little bit of a challenge with the mode of which some of your operatives handle the private sector people. Anytime there's a forum and you bring business people together, they seem to have an issue. I see LC Power here from GRA. I'm using this occasion to encourage you to possibly let your PR department increase the level of education. Because if people are made aware as to why they have to pay their taxes, I'm sure they will gladly to pay.
Delivering a speech on behalf of the Vice President, Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President, Alex Sebefia, commended Seth Tekpe for his significant contribution to Ghana's tax reform agenda.
I am glad with what the Chief of Staff said. He has been vilified by our own. Today, many people have to stand back and say, well, actually, you got it right.
Meanwhile, the first copy of the book was purchased by the Chief of Staff on behalf of the President for 30,000 Ghana cedis.
According to Seth Tekpe, any tax imposed in Ghana, apart from income tax, value-added tax, excise tax, and import tax, is a mere duplication of existing framework. Hence the need for the government to rather look at strengthening the existing framework to make it wholesome. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Samuel Ako.
Yo, me na masese moje asopana mutie na afenso mota ehwe fa comment ebra comment section na menkinkan enfam ofefefe aha eye Ghanatube so modofo snowy enede ensem ne ebrem on subscribe na afenso fa onsa emia notification bell no se ne be a se me de ensem ne tuma na onya ne intempa so sisi ade makram.